What is up? Welcome to Project Love Me TV. I am Rachel Harvest of the Harvest Method, and today I'm going to be sharing on one of the concepts of the Harvest Method that I use to cultivate programs, resources, methods, and information so that you can benefit from the work in a way that suits you. The Harvest Method has a tagline: food that feeds you, movement that moves you. Project Love Me supports that by supporting you to dig deep and determine what you have to do and who you need to be to have an authentic, connected, whole, and love-filled life. You get to look at yourself and your life and figure out what you say is missing, and then by becoming present to that vacancy you say you have in yourself, you get to make choices as to what is beneficial for you and what needs to go. If you aren't familiar with me and my work passions, I am a registered dietitian, certified dietitian, nutritionist, and behavioral health coach. I'm also what I like to call a professional liver and lover of life. And I get that you and I need constant commitment to ourselves and practice in developing our relationship with ourselves in order to brighten, grow, and be who we truly are all of our days. By connecting to yourself, you learn what feeds you and what moves you. Today I'm sharing about what I mean when I say what feeds you. Can you tell I am super excited about this? Obviously, I know a lot about food, nutrition, weight management, healthy eating habits, recipes, etc. I also know a lot about this. After your cord got cut and your little booty got spanked on the day one of you being you, the very first action you took yourself as a human being was eating. You met your mama or your caretaker, and you met a breast or a bottle, and you had your first experience of nourishment and connection. For the next few months, food and feeding was your source of education. You learned to use your hands, you learned to use your mouth, you learned to ask for what you needed, decided what you liked and disliked, learned how to receive and refuse, and the autonomy of feeding yourself. This basic need created an awesome amount of who you say you are. When you have food, you consume, absorb, and nourish yourself. Your body runs on this fuel just like your car runs on its gasoline. It's the simplest action you take and need to take to survive that you can utilize to learn yourself and heal yourself. Connect to what you put into your body and what it does to benefit or, with less than positive choices, harm and diminish your physical and physiological well-being. Food is fuel, simply. You wouldn't put sawdust in your car's gas tank and expect it to run smoothly. Your body is your vehicle. It lets you live and be present in your life. Practicing that presence at mealtime is a beautiful exercise in being present to the joy and miracle it is to be in the body you're in. Because we learn so much about ourselves with food, a funny human thing happens. Though food is simply yet importantly just fuel, we find our emotions, feelings, and expression through eating too. They're not actually connected. The experience of that learning rewires your brain to connect how you feel, who you are, and oftentimes your value of self to how you look and what your body can do, which is directly related to the fuel you put into your body. Genes express based on how you feel yourself. Media and other misinterpreted ideals and ideas about these topics warped you to connect this necessary piece of health and wellness to good, bad, right, wrong, enough, lacking. Food has nothing to do with your externally presumed value, which doesn't freaking matter anyway. However anyone feels about you is theirs. It really has nothing to do with who you are. How you relate to feeding yourself and caring for your body, honoring its abilities and accepting its limitations has everything to do with how you value yourself. How's that for a reason to learn to feed yourself in a nourishing, healthful way? As I said, I am a registered dietitian and certified dietitian nutritionist. I love the letters. The behavioral health coach portion of my title has led me to develop a much deeper concept of food. What I shared just now is the most literal clinical portion of the Harvest Method. I use that portion to facilitate the deeper, more psychological, emotional, and spiritual portion of my method. Food is anything we consume, absorb, and nourish ourselves with. That includes the experiences you have, the sounds you hear, the visions you see, the conversations you have, the relationships you keep close, the work you do, and the energy of all things you encounter. Because it isn't the mainstream viewpoint about life experience, you are mostly passively consuming, absorbing, and nourishing yourself in these ways. That's why most people have resentment, sadness, disappointment, and a need to soothe, and unfortunately, a need to self-harm. You're allowing in negative nourishment by being passive. It's a regular reaction to soothe and or punish with food. We've all seen and heard of the extreme versions of this, the anorexia, the bulimia, the binge eating, the orthorexia. That's the obsessive, compulsive, and restrictive, hyper healthy food habits that, yes, are a serious disorder. And those are diagnostic eating disorders. Every time you choose to eat mindlessly, poorly, cheaply, or hurriedly, I believe every time you do those things, you are engaging in disordered eating. Hear me now when I say that I am fully aware of the benefits of an ice cream sundae now and again to enjoy, not to solve or soothe or fix. Did you get the difference? And then there's the music you listen to, the TV and radio you hear, watching performances, movies, television programs, news, reading the paper, magazines, blogs, Facebook posts, the communication you give and receive, the topics you discuss. And let me just touch on gossip right there. Gossip is like drinking poison. I encourage you to get your own life and stop speaking of those who aren't there to defend or share their side positively or negatively. It's like a disease in our culture. And I encourage you to get aware of what you share and engage in, because that is a really important source of fuel for you and those that you share with. Also includes the friends and the real or chosen family you keep close. If you experience depletion after being with someone, they aren't nourishing you, so move them to their outer periphery. Your heart needs positive support, and in getting it, you will give it. Do you see how that works? Actively choose what feeds you. I haven't owned a television in 8 years. I don't read the paper. I ask intelligent, enlightened friends and colleagues for the important news. And I never miss things that I need to know. I stop myself when conversations aren't productive or supportive. I put up boundaries to keep my inner circle powerful and healthy. I feed myself as I need to be fed. I enjoy myself. I honor when something is not good for me, and I leave. I love checking out my Facebook feed because I have a community of positive, love-filled givers sharing their hearts day in and day out, and I've curated that to make that so. And in this video and my own sharing, I give that to you. Your Project Love Me can find every bit of basis in becoming present to and committing to finding the food, all kinds figurative and literal, that truly feeds and nourishes you. Can you imagine a world filled with people who paused and connected to the need to maintain wellness? Physical, physiological, emotional, interrelational, psychological, and spiritual. What if we committed to that being number one? The most valuable growth and development each and every one of us can do, being that, it's world healing. Am I right? And it's authentic. It is the practice of life. I just put Project Love Me into words and actions to encourage you to get authentic with you. I didn't make this up. I'm not a guru. It's just the purpose of you enjoying, honoring, and loving you as a purpose of your life. And really, it's that freaking simple. It's your life. You're the one living it. You're the one who gets this experience. And it's awesome to take that on for yourself. Are you inspired? I am. I'm practically beaming by sharing this today. And I really, please share with me one place you're committed to improving your nourishment. I'd suggest giving up the gossip and mowing down some fruits and vegetables being your starting point. And you do you, okay? You choose what you want to start with. Share that thing in the comment section below this video. Share this video itself. Subscribe to this channel. Sign up for my newsletter at theharvestmethod.com. And I really want you to get on with your bad self and fuel up on goodness and love. That's it for this topic this week. Seriously, get your share on below. And I do love you, and I just want to let you guys know that I am starting to work with a company called Food Street, who has HIPAA compliant. That means it's a medically secure information videoing. And so it's like a Skype for your health coaching and nutrition counseling. And I can also follow what you're eating through like sort of an Instagram for food, and I can get all your doctor's records and communicate with your doctors through this software. It's amazing, and it gives me the opportunity to see anyone and everyone anywhere in the US or abroad that we can make an appointment to do that. I have a place on my site for you to sign up where you can shoot me an email. There's a place on my site too for you to do that, so theharvestmethod.com. I am also going to be taking insurance in the next couple of months in the state of New York, so you can get that for a really reduced rate, and you don't even have to go to a doctor's office to see me. So I have made this so freaking easy for you to take this on and have fun with it. So please connect with me in that way. I'm reminding you again, share where you're starting to connect to food that feeds you below this video. Share the video, sign up for the newsletter, and by the way, I love you. Have an awesome Thursday, and I'll check you out next week, okay? Bye-bye.